YouTube, I'm Instructor Trey, and welcome to TRA Defense Training, where the TRA is trained, ready, armed. In this video, we're going to talk about Louisiana and the Stand Your Ground law. This case comes out of Manville, Louisiana, where an armed citizen escaped charges after shooting an unarmed man. I've been in law enforcement for over 18 years, and I'm still serving. I investigate crimes on a regular basis. With the Stand Your Ground law, there are some factors that must be considered. This case surrounds an unarmed man being shot by a legally armed citizen after a verbal altercation inside a convenience store between a store clerk and an agitated man. The armed citizen attempted to defuse the altercation and followed the agitated man to his car to get his license plate number. Seeing this, the agitated man turned his aggression toward the legally armed citizen and was eventually shot by the armed citizen. No charges were filed against the armed citizen, noting that he was in fear of his life and had nowhere to run. We'll post a link for both the article and the video about this case. Title 14 of Louisiana's revised statute covers criminal acts. That means all acts that are considered crimes are covered under Title 14. Title 14-19 covers the use of force or violence in defense. It basically states that a person can use physical force in self-defense, but not deadly force. For example, punching someone to prevent them from punching you. So here's where the Stand Your Ground law kicks in. Paragraph C states that a person who is in a place where he or she has a right to be shall have no duty to retreat before using force or violence, may stand his or her ground and meet force with force. Paragraph D states the possibility of retreat shall not be considered as a factor in determining whether or not the force used was reasonable and apparently necessary. Again, this is just a summary. For more information, please read the statute in its entirety. Title 14-20 covers justifiable homicide. It basically covers the legal use of force likely to cause death. It states that deadly force is justified when committed in self-defense by one who reasonably believes he or she is in imminent danger of losing his or her life or receiving great bodily harm, and that force likely to cause death is necessary to save him or herself. It goes on to state that force likely to cause death is justified to prevent forcible felonies involving the threat of death or great bodily harm by an offender, or when preventing unlawful injuries involving any type of force. The use of deadly force must be deemed reasonable and necessary. And paragraph C again states that a person who is in a place where he or she has a right to be shall have no duty to retreat before using deadly force, may stand his or her ground and meet force with force. And again, paragraph D states that the possibility of retreat shall not be considered. With this case in particular, the Stand Your Ground law saved a man from going to prison. However, there's still some moral factor that may or may not impact his life. A firearm is a tool of last resort and should only be used when absolutely necessary. Again, this is just a summary. Please read the statute in its entirety and consult with an attorney for a better understanding. I'm Instructor Trey, and thanks for listening. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel.